financial gain involved, especially if these lessons involve contracts. Welcome back to the channel, guys, as we deliver your love reading, okay? For all of the newcomers, you are welcome to check the description box where all of my contact information is located, a link to all of my products and services through the Etsy store and our membership platform. For all of my returners, I appreciate you all. Make sure you check the community board, as that is the first scope of information, very essential there. All of the products and services integrating with each other and any events that I'm planning. So we still have the virtual mixers and speed dating coming ahead. So to stay up to date, check the community board. I like to do an introduction and then we'll get into a Celtic cross style spread. Well, I'll also do the pick a card for you. So take a seat, take a deep breath, and we'll get into this reading. Now I will say in my shuffle and laying out the cards, there's a spiritual lesson, something that needs to change either in you or your person. And by the way, cross watchers are welcome. Or someone's going through a change, something needs to change, an internal kind of thing. Well, we have the King of Pentacles here. Traditionally, it would talk about the ideal partner, the wise one, learning from the past, or maybe something about the past, okay? Could also talk about a relationship, or I can even see like a little bit of oppression. I don't know. Now with the Six of Swords, traditionally, it's like moving away from some type of energy. And where earlier in the daily vibe, we saw the Five of Wands leading you to the King of Swords. In this reading, it's the King of Pentacles, okay? So some of you guys could be dealing with an earth sign. Like I said, there may be a spiritual lesson involved. Virgo season, dealing with the Virgo, okay? And it's kind of like leaving something alone, leaving something in the past, okay? Someone could be afraid of the connection or trying to understand what the connection totally is, all right? As she has these little scissors in her hands, it's kind of like cutting away from things. So cutting the cord, okay? Now, where I said there may be some internal changes, it could be frustration, it could be fear, because I'm looking at the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, okay? And we'll go ahead and get started so that I can read from the guidebook, as it's not really traditional. Now in this deck, the King of Pentacles, let me get it together, is going to talk about, for some of you, okay, maybe not for everybody, but like I said, fear. The magic of the white dove. Now the white dove for me talks about love. So fear increases the distance, and pursuing your partner will do no good, okay? Happiness is born of a mutual effort to move toward each other. So it's kind of like, drop it. Whatever it is, whoever it is. For those of you that may have come into this video inquiring about a specific person, for some of you, I actually feel like spiritual lesson, okay? Now, there may be some outdated beliefs that need to be let go of, because I'm also getting for some of you that have like these spiritual commitments or whatever, or you may feel like that. It's kind of obligating you to a higher calling away from your personal life. And so if you're looking for a relationship or intimacy, you may have to look into some beliefs, okay? So that came up. Because I know, you know, if you're looking for a husband or a wife, then being on some spiritual mission or spiritual quest, you could involve them in that, or maybe it's something done solo, okay? I, for one, I'm not obligated to no kind of spiritual calling outside of what that outweighs my personal desires, okay? So that may be something that you or your person could be conflicted about. In the Six of Swords, we have rolling about, the magic of verbena in the brook. Searching for new horizons involves a couple as it involves a single person, So again, there's a couple, there's a single person, there's some weighing of some options possibly. Now, outside of your daily routine lies the rest of the world, okay? So again, a shift of focus or something about the horizon, it involves both of you. So it's like whatever this is, both of you have to you have to like be at a vibrational level or at a vibrational match. And it's like the best thing you could do if you're trying to get this soulmate or this unrealistic, I don't know where it came from, kind of person. It's like you have to match it, the frequency. Now, what's cool about that is if you have a very high frequency and someone that you may be, wanting, they don't have that, it involves the both of you. So it's like you may have to shift, your focus from that person and just be more open to an ideal counterpart. Where if you're in a spiritual union with someone that isn't doing the work or isn't focused on moving your way, be open to others, okay? As we go ahead and get started with your reading, guys. And I hope all is well. Like I said, at the end of the reading, look, we have the Hierophant. Your beliefs are a big deal, all right? Something's also going to be revealed, so no big deal, no pressure. Not really heavy in this reading. But like I said, a special treat to you. We are going to do a pick a card at the end of the reading for a more personalized experience. Okay, to see about you and your love life as we get the card. So here we have the Four of Wands. And that's cute. An engagement, the Hierophant, the priest, the high priestess. All right, maybe some kind of soul connection here with the Four of Wands. We have the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And look at that, the little lizard right there. The Seven of Wands talks about a little bit of resistance, okay? Could be some resistance as a factor. But as we read the Four of Wands, it talks about playing. The magic of the seven beings. Sexual intent is born of play and enjoyment, just as harmony is born of happiness. So it still talks about the beginning of something, the intentions behind it, and creating this, okay? So I kind of like it. Sexual intent is born of play and enjoyment, just as harmony is born of happiness, okay? And we will take clarifiers, guys. Now, what's crossing this Four of Wands is the Five of Pentacles, where, like I said, there has to be some type of change in belief or in the foundation, okay, about love or partnerships, soulmates and twin flames and all that kind of stuff. So with the Five of Pentacles in this reading, it talks about completeness, the magic of the rose and the violin. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more simple, okay? So you cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideas. After all, the world is the home of our love, okay? So something about a transformation, something about the world around you, something about similarity and ideas. So maybe, like I said, beliefs, the ideas about life, about whatever it is that you're going through, and being at a match with your partner, okay, or your person. Now, in the center of the reading, where we get this spiritual lesson for some of you, we have the Four of Pentacles, okay? With the Four of Pentacles in this reading, it could talk about holding on, and I did see the Emperor in the shuffle. Doesn't have to be the number of the Emperor, but we have now 44. And then where this 5 comes in, and it talks about some belief factors. But it talks about pleasure, the magic of the fan. Pleasure is like hot coals. It is not flame, yet it burns. So spiritual lessons talking about pleasures, all right? In the past, we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse, okay? So in this reading, it talks about ecstasy, loving magic crowned by success, satisfaction, festivities, a good reason to be happy and in love. So that card being in the reverse, and I have to check my deck to make sure, it's supposed to be upside down. But it definitely just says that, and it could be upright for some of you, don't get me wrong, but it came out in reverse, so I'm going to leave it that way. So I feel that this divine union okay, or something about self-love, something about ecstasy. It could be someone holding on to feelings that you guys had in the past, or you holding on to some feelings of the past. But we'll see with the clarifiers, okay? Now, what's crowning you in this situation? Look at that. I knew it was coming. We have the Emperor. This is what's crowning your thoughts. So it's like, for me, it's like this, not battle, but it's torn in between like a spiritual union or an ideal partnership. And control may be something. Sexuality may be something else. And chemistry could be something. But this is what's crowning you. Okay, so this is either what's on your mind or your strength, the strength of the matter and the reading. So the Emperor talks about virility, the magic of the stones. To exercise the power entrusted to you, you must know how to dominate yourself. So we talk about self-mastery. If you want to, be in union with this other person, there's this level of self-mastery that must be accomplished first, which makes perfect sense. And that's what's kind of standing in between this coming together, where it's probably not time. Okay, this could be you or the person that you're dealing with. Now, in the future, let's see, all these cards kind of flicked it, so I'm kind of feeling like that Ace of Cups should have been up. But futuristically, here we have the Nine of Cups, okay? The Nine of Cups could talk about contentment, could also talk about friendship. So it's like you have to master this level of friendship to build the momentum for this relationship for a lot of you guys, and that is not bad at all. It also talks about wish fulfillment. Others of you, depending on your person, it's like this person is kind of their beliefs. They don't believe in commitment. They don't want to, be tied down, because we have this 10th cup kind of like in reverse. So maybe they have gone through some things, honey, and maybe they just don't feel, because finances or stability or control, maybe they were with someone very controlling, or you're very controlling, or whatever. But I do see friendship here. And I do see, that the commitment or the belief factor may be a little bit different. Now, with the Nine of Cups, we have euphoria. And it talks about the magic of the lantern. The light of the lantern ensures the triumph of love, overwhelms the senses, and dispels rivals and hesitation. So I do like that, where traditionally it talks about friendship and maybe the lack of commitment. I do see euphoria. So that's kind of cool. I like that. The challenge here, all right, is the Hangman, okay? So this is someone stuck waiting. Now, it's crazy that this Hierophant is like heavily involved in the challenges and the changes here, where we have this belief factor, and here where we have kind of like this waiting. I don't know if I would wait on someone to change. Or this union or relationship is like waiting on you to change. Like if you want to help it manifest faster. But with the Hangman in this deck, wherever the Hangman may be, it talks about, where is it? 12, right? Over here. Huh. Boom. Sacrifice. Okay, bonding, a strong bond, even if platonic, magic action against impediments and impotence. So see, impotence is like this lack of, like I said, a lack of attraction, a lack of will, a lack of wanting. And then there's this self-sacrificing thing. So like I said, for some of you, your spiritual beliefs is like, I'm on this path, this great journey, where you kind of self-sacrifice your actual desires to do this call or something. Another person could have also decided to do that, right? Or the both of you. Maybe you'll meet someone along the way in this journey, okay? But the environment around you guys, we have the Ten of Swords. So this is like an ending, a level of completion, where we have the 10 swords and then we have the 4 of Pentacles. This letting go or holding on, or letting things end. A lot of information here with the 10 of Swords coming up. The 5 of Pentacles. And then the Ace of Chalices in the reverse, honey. But let's see. The Ten of Swords in this deck talks about squeezing. So see what I'm saying? Kind of like holding on and like beating a dead horse with a situation for some of you. Even pain can be transformed into power. You mustn't flee from emotions, but rather use them to find the true essence of our desires. So some of the relationships that you have gone through, or some of the things that you've had to let go of, were all to move you in stride, okay? Whatever. It could have been this particular relationship or just how you feel overall. Now here we have, in your hopes and your wishes, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So see where it's like this patience. And it also talks about that not time yet, because there's this lemon or this lime. And I remember with the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, where it talks about patience and it talks about timing and details and diligence. And this particular deck, it talks about something not being ripe, okay? Like this thing isn't ready to take off yet, which is totally fine, because you didn't come here to get, a definite answer or to be sold a dream. It's just the truth of the matter. So something is taking time. Children may be involved, okay? But the Knight of Pentacles in this deck talks about discontent, the magic of the green lemon. Waiting allows the desired fruit to ripen, while haste makes every chalice bitter. So here is this waiting. I don't like that it's with the Five of Pentacles, but here is the chalice in reverse, where it talks about bitterness. So I'm thinking about the Queen of Cups, where she's like pouring that shit out. Whoever this is, you could have had past life experiences with this person, and they could have continuously left you waiting. And you don't want to do that this lifetime, okay? Because it's like you wait on this person to commit. Do you get it? I don't know, okay? So outcome, under the Emperor, we have the Moon. Outcome is unknown, honey. There is nothing set in stone just yet. And maybe that's what has you waiting, okay? Your choice, but we're going to take a couple of clarifiers. With the Moon, it talks about fancy, the spell of love, a slow but effective magic action based on the sound and evocation of happy images. It defeats deception and illusions, restoring serenity at home and increasing, fusidity, whatever that is. So I like it, okay? Defeating deception and illusions, okay? To know what's real, using your visualizations. And that actually came up. We had a bonus reading for members only, and visualization came up there. So that is a good thing. Now with the Four of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, rebuilding after some sort of destruction, or like I said, financial issues. We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel that the Queen of Cups represents this past time, this thing in the reverse. It could be love, right? And then so Judgment calls on the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, I want this. You're not gonna get like this soulmate kind of thing, which is cool, because soulmates are more so just spiritual lessons. I feel like you'll have a partnership with someone who is, up your alley, for lack of a better phrase, because we had the King of Pentacles come out in the intro, and so it's kind of like the Queen of Cups, has spoken. That's over with. We have Judgment, boom, final call on that. And then here we have the Queen of Pentacles. So someone may make a choice to kind of be with who matches at a vibrational level. Now, someone who is, I saw the Five of Cups, someone who is overly emotional or may not be very positive about the futuristic outcomes, that may not be very attractive to your person, and I have discussed that with you guys in the past. So let's just get one card for the Four of Wands. Ooh, we got the Ten of Pentacles. So that is definitely a meeting of the minds for the King and the Queen of Pentacles for sure. Now this Five of Pentacles is kind of saying you're halfway there, and maybe that's the most difficult point. Look at that. halfway there, going at it alone, there is the Fool. Okay, so no worries on that. Loyalty, beliefs. Maybe someone wants a new beginning. Maybe somebody's out there all by themselves, and it just, you haven't bumped into the person yet. Okay, or maybe you guys are gonna bump into each other. Now with the Four of Pentacles and this holding on, we have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is a reward for perseverance in whatever this journey is, whatever the lesson is involved. Maybe you put someone up on a pedestal and hold on too tightly when it comes to relationships. So there's a spiritual lesson involved in that kind of like, it could be heartbreaking at a point. But I feel like once you mature and grow, you kind of know that's what it was all about. And then look at that. Clearing out the subconscious, bad vibes, letting go of those old relationships, and not looking through rose-colored glasses. You had to do some strength building. For whoever this reading is for, definitely some strength building there. And look, we have the Emperor and we have the Lovers. So definitely crowning your thoughts. This person, I think there's a very strong sexual attraction, but maybe the love isn't there per se right now. And so 66, I'm also seeing in numerology, if you're into that kind of thing. And look, that's 11 cups. That's a lot of cups. Okay, so I was just about to take a card here for the Nine of Cups, and I got 2 cups. So it's like friendship leads to happiness and love and some type of harmony. And as I keep saying, like a meeting of the minds. There may be some type of telepathic communication between you guys. I don't know. A love worth holding on to, whatever the case may be. But it's like personal happiness. As an individual, someone could be wanting to personally, like I have to learn. Okay, someone's learning the lesson to have personal contentment. Like a relationship isn't going to make you feel better. All right. Someone else could have been dealing with heartbreak. So it's kind of like not time, because this person still got those lemons, on their mind, and not so much lemonade. But this is what's at question here. I have the Nine of Cups, which is talking about friendship, contentment, or wish fulfillment. And then I have the 2 cups here, which talks about harmony and coming together. Okay, opposites do attract. Now with the Hangman. The Hangman and the Fool are 2 very immature energies for me, because the Fool is like gonna jump off the cliff for anybody, and the Hangman is like the Fool jumping off the cliff. Okay, so and see, it doesn't, that never works out. Here we got the Ten of Swords, but it's like you reemerge. So for some of you guys, it's like you have been through the ringer. I feel like emotionally and spiritually. But I'm getting the upside to it, because I'm looking at the page. So this Fool jumps off this cliff, honey. Total deception, right? Total whatever the case may be. Either someone could want to talk about a new beginning for some of you, and it's like you've been waiting on it, and instead of getting 1 notification, you get like 10 or whatever. And it kind of makes you feel like flexing, for some of you. But as I stated, I feel like the Fool kind of jumps off, has a hard time, hangs in there, and then there's this better, a more better relationship, or something that has a higher potential that comes about. So now with the Ten of Swords as the environment, we have the 2 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And for me, it talks about a decision. Now for some of you, where it talks about the change inside, I do feel it may talk about a heart block and also chemistry. So it's kind of like someone may not be sexually active or even caring about that. I'm also getting the High Priestess energy. And with the High Priestess energy and this Ace of Wands, I also feel that this like is a cord or a connection. Or at the bottom of the deck where we had the Seven of Swords, it's like here it is. A heart block because of deception, and kind of like resisting change, resisting disconnection. And so unfortunately for some of you, if you're thinking about your soulmate, if that's where they are, that's just where they are. But the promising side of it, or the light in it, is that you still have more options, okay? Something that is ideal, okay? Because spiritual relationships can sometimes be tricky. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is coming up as the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. All right. And it also talks about, friendship and flirting and just taking it light, because this person, like I said, either saw someone else to a higher caliber and they didn't cut out, or you're developing self-awareness and courage to raise your expectations. We don't want to chase after people that we admire, that frustrate us, because they're not really open and susceptible to your love. So I feel that the Empress would say that you may want a lover that sees the best in you and not the worst in you. So if when it comes to past life relationships, or even past relationships in this life, I do know that sometimes the people who have stayed together for the longest, it's like when they do finally separate, they can't get over like those bad memories, and it's like you can't erase the bad blood. And so that's why everybody just kind of like packs up and moves on, and everybody gets what they want in the end, right? So this unknown thing for the lovers, where we leave off with the Moon card here, I'm going to take one card, and it's like, we don't know. There are more steps involved. There are children involved. And it talks about like this connection. So it's so much, because the lovers talk about you and your person. I just saw the World card where it talks about this level of completion. And I saw the High Priestess too, where it's like this Queen of Cups is not about to be somebody's side bliss, And then here we have the Sun. So it's like coming out of karmic connections into more, happier unions. Definitely like that. And where we started with the Four of Wands, we end with the Four of Wands, where it's like the feminine and the masculine do reunite. Okay, but it's like something, honey, I feel that Queen of Cups so strong right there, pouring out that cup, honey. And it's like we got double emphasis on a lot of things. The friendship aspect, contentment with challenges, and something about the heart, and not being resistant to things, kind of like learning to go with the flow and finding your happiness, right? Definitely love that. So as promised, let's go with the pick a card. And I am going to take one for the collective also. So I hope you enjoyed that. I did. No tension, no stress, no anxiety. Just a little bit of clarity, and asking for a little bit of patience, and also a better understanding of soulmates and lovers and personal journeys, and also that self-sacrificing kind of energy. So make sure that and look at that 44, make sure that you're paying attention to synchronicities. All right, that may mean a lot for the collective. So go ahead and choose your numbers, 1, 2, or 3 for group 1. Okay, you guys have detachment. That is the key. Okay, so that 5 of Pentacles right there, it's like if I want to attract whatever this is, detachment. So learning to let go. If you let it go, it might come back, whatever. Group 2, you guys have solitude. Okay, so spending some time alone, honey. Or that talks about the hermit being guided by the light. This is that Virgo energy. Shaman, I don't know, maybe you're a spiritual person, they're a spiritual person, but it talks about solitude, spending a little time. And group 3, okay, we got the contract here. All right, don't know what that's alluding to, but this could be a union of some sort. I didn't see the Ace of Pentacles, but hey, I got the Knight of Pentacles and the Sun here. A lot of Sun energy, right? This is like an agreement, baby, because look, the Sun is here, the Sun is there, and there's something right here already written. So where I said nothing has been written, right there it is. So I don't know what that talks about. I like it though, whatever it is. Until next time, guys, if you hadn't already, don't forget to hit that like button. It means so much to me as I continuously upload your spiritual messages, honey. Take a break. Namaste.